Yo, welcome y'all to Yin Vision. How y'all been? It's Yin. Today we're gonna talk about uh something that's a little controversial, a little bit, just a little bit. Uh, let's talk about this. Actually, we won't do that today. Actually, let's talk about something a little bit more positive. Your boy chickened out. I chickened out. Next time, I promise. Next time we'll talk about the controversial thing. Let's talk about anxiety. Okay. I've mentioned anxiety in the past, but today I think it's a more helpful video. This one's going to talk about like being a more solution oriented person when it comes to anxiety, because we talked about what it is and just kind of going through life with it. I grew up with anxiety. I did have anxiety. I started working when I was a teenager. And if you start working as a teenager and you never stopped working in your entire life, it might build anxiety in you. It just depends on what kind of person you are. It did for me because I worked many types of shifts. I became a workaholic. And so that just kind of affected me, working different kinds of shifts, mostly night shifts, mostly really difficult, stressful kind of time-oriented jobs, while also going to school. And at some point I was doing 2 jobs and then 3 jobs. So again, this is like a culminating thing in life. It's not something that you get right away, in my personal opinion, in my specific situation. I overcame it. I mean, overcome it is kind of a more it's more relative. You're always going to have it. I believe you're always going to have to work through it. It's all about your own mental facilities and your own constitution, right? Your own mental constitution. How willing are you to push through it, right? And your endurance, your ability to kind of push through and recognize it, right? So today I'm going to give you a skill. I'm going to give you a skill. It's going to help you, all right? This skill is about slowing down and recognizing your anxiety. The first thing you have to do is understand that it's temporary, right? That panic attack you might have, it's temporary. You will be back to normal. You are okay. There's nothing wrong with you, okay? It's all about slowing down and finding that happy place in your mind, right? Having that time in your mind where you can cut off everything. It's a time and it's a place at the same time. It all exists in here, okay? Because in order to be okay on the outside, you have to be okay on the inside, right? In here and in here, right? In here and in here. You have to stop, slow down, stop, zoom out, and ask yourself a couple of questions in your mind, like, what am I doing? Where am I? Reassess that, reassess where you are, and then reassess, is this important enough to continue? Like, if whatever's stressing you out, is it important enough in your life to continue? Okay? Because if it is, then you have a different kind of solution. We'll talk about that in a minute. But if it's not, which is the path we're going to go down right now, you're going to cut it off. Okay? So let's say it's somebody in your life stressing you out and they're not that important to you. They're just a person, an acquaintance. Maybe they're a coworker or something like that. They're not somebody who's like in your personal wheel. Go watch my privacy video, my private wall video. That'll help you kind of, I'll put that in the description. I hope I remember that. I'll put that in the description, the privacy wall video, which kind of tells you what layer, the person is in as far as like how important they are to you. If there's somebody really close to you, then yeah, you're going to have to reassess. We can go back to that in just a moment. But first, we're going to talk about the person who's not that important to you. So somebody who's not that important to you, they're just a coworker or something like that. You just stop what you're doing after you've established everything in your mind and understand that you are okay and everything's okay. Count to 5 in your mind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay? Breathe in, breathe out. Then do another count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? Again, this is not you engaging them. You've cut off everything. Okay? You are focusing on your mind now. You are focusing on getting your breathing back and getting your heart to beat, back to normal, not so fast again, right? You're trying to make sure that you're not having a panic attack. That's the most important thing, because your heart, man, it's all about protecting your heart. It's all about protecting yourself, right? This is a self-preservation technique, right? You're trying to get back to zero, baseline, right? Calm, cool, and collected, okay? Then after you've done that and you stopped, then you look at the person And then if it's a place that you're comfortable with telling them straight out, just say, please stop right now what you're doing. Okay, you're stressing me out. You raising my blood pressure. Please stop, okay? You just got to make sure you say it straightforward. Sometimes you have to, in life, assert yourself and allow people to take you seriously. You have to first allow yourself to be taken seriously, right? So you deserve it. You have to. It's your own health, right? You are number one, not anybody else. You, because you have to. Otherwise, people are gonna keep doing that. They're gonna keep walking all over you and assume everything's okay, right? The squeaky wheel gets the grease, as people say. So you're gonna tell them stop. If they don't stop, that's it. You cut them off. They're done. I mean, at that point, you really can't kind of finesse it, or maybe there's somebody close to you, which we'll talk about in a second. That's the finessing part. If they're not somebody who you can kind of finesse, kind of thing, they're not someone close to you like that, and you tell them to stop and they don't stop, you have to walk away, okay? The next thing is there's somebody who they're not close, they're close to you. There's somebody you respect. Somebody you want them in your life and everything like that. In that case, then you tell them, okay, listen, I understand what you're doing, but please stop. You're raising my blood pressure, okay? If you can just stop what you're doing, that would be great. I'm only gonna ask you this like once, please stop, okay? God bless you. Just kind of make sure you kind of finesse it. You kind of sugarcoat it. You kind of you're creating a sandwich kind of situation, right? A compliment, nice thing, the thing that you want to talk about, then a nice thing again. People who are normal, people who respect you, people who are that close to you, they will respect that boundary. You are establishing a boundary. They will respect that boundary. You deserve that. Okay, you have to. It's necessary. The last thing now before we end is, if this is a serious thing you want to continue, whatever it is, maybe it's a job you really need, okay, and it's giving you stress like that, okay, seek help. You're gonna need to seek some sort of therapy. Maybe look up the therapists around. Maybe you look up, you're gonna have to create basically a buffer, a temporary buffer, right? In the meantime, which is maybe a therapist or some sort of recreational thing that's gonna, give you less stress, right? Like you do Tai Chi, or you do, you get massages, or whatever it is. You drink teas, you sleep more, whatever it is, right? Not drugs. Don't do that. Other things, right? So then you can temporarily, right? You have a temporary solution while you find another job, while you're looking for something else, because you have to quit that place. Whatever it is, you have to quit it. Whatever that thing is, you have to eventually quit it, because it's not sustainable, okay? So that's the important part. That's why I wanted to make sure you understood that. And that's about it. I think anxiety is something that you can kind of talk with other people about. You can talk to like-minded people about. You can share your experience and learn about other people, how they cope with it. I think that's a very important thing. Reddit is a good tool for that. The Google is a good tool for that. You can look that up. I mean, even ChatGPT, you could look up how to do that through that. There's lots of tools that can help you. I mean, obviously, go seek professional help if you believe that it is life-threatening, right? Don't allow this thing to culminate and become a big problem, because you can have a lifelong problem if you allow this to continue and get worse. Anyways, that's my opinion. What's your opinion? Let me know in the comment section below. I appreciate it. Have a great day. Bye-bye.